She looked me dead in the eyes and said, "Unless you've got a doctor's note, you're not leaving early." My leg was throbbing, I could barely stand, and she knew it. That's when I realized she didn't care about me, only the job. So I did what she never expected. I left her and the entire store drowning on the busiest day of the week. If you've ever had a boss or shift leader who treated you like garbage when you were hurting, this story's for you. Hit that like button, subscribe, and get ready, because this is the story of how I walked out mid-shift and left my toxic workplace to crumble without me. Tea started months before that day. Back in January, my life turned upside down when doctors told me there was a tumor in my left tibia. The word tumor still echoes in my head, cold, clinical, terrifying. By April, I met with a surgeon who said something that hit me harder than the diagnosis itself. "If you keep working right now, you could snap that bone. One wrong step, and it's gone." I remember just sitting there, numb. I loved my job. It wasn't glamorous. I worked curbside pickup at a grocery store, but it gave me purpose. Still, I had no choice. I had to step away for months and focus on surgery and recovery. June came, surgery happened, and after a long, painful recovery, I finally got clearance to go back. No restrictions. But the doctor still warned me. "It's still fresh. Don't push yourself too hard." I thought I'd be okay. I wanted to prove I could handle it, that I wasn't weak. The first few shifts went fine, until that Sunday. The busiest day of the week. We were slammed. Orders coming in nonstop. My scanner kept beeping, the carts piled up, and every few steps, pain shot through my leg like a knife. By the second hour, I was limping. By the third, I could barely stand. So I did what any reasonable person would do. I went to my shift leader, Karen. Yes, that's her real attitude, if not her real name. I said, "Hey, my leg's acting up bad. Can I take my break 20 minutes early? Just need to rest before I mess something up." She didn't even look up from her clipboard. "We're all in pain. This is a team effort. Unless you've got a doctor's note, you're not leaving break early." I wanted to scream. My throat tightened. My leg was trembling. I actually did have a doctor's note, she just never cared enough to look. For 5 long minutes, I stood there, watching everyone rush past me while pain pulsed through every nerve in my leg. Finally, she huffed and said, "Fine. Go. 15 minutes only." So I limped to the break room. Sat down. And the second I did, something in me snapped, but not my leg this time. It was my patience. My pride. My tolerance for being treated like I didn't matter. Tone builds, internal monologue intensifies. I stared at the vending machine's reflection and thought, why am I doing this to myself? I'd gone through surgery, recovery, pain, fear, all to come back to a job that didn't even respect my health. And for what? $13 an hour and a fake smile from a supervisor who thought she owned the place? No. I was done. After my 15-minute break, I didn't head back to the floor. I went straight to my manager, the real one, not the wannabe dictator. I told him, calm but firm, "I'm done. I'm quitting. Right now." He blinked. "Wait, right now? You're scheduled all week." I smiled, not a happy smile, more like the kind that comes after months of quiet suffering. "Yeah. Good luck with that." Then I walked to the time clock. Beep. Clocked out. And for the first time in months, maybe years, I felt peace. Add a touch of humor and satisfaction. A few minutes later, as I was checking out with a few groceries, I heard the store intercom crackle. "Can my name please return to curbside pickup?" I actually laughed out loud. Nope. Not this time. As I pushed my cart toward the door, I saw my main boss walking in. He saw me too, his jaw tightened, his face red with anger. He didn't say a word. Just looked away. That look told me everything. They were already drowning without me. On the busiest day of the week. It wasn't fireworks. It wasn't some grand scheme. But it was justice. Because after months of pain, recovery, and being treated like a burden, I finally took control of my life. I didn't need to scream or fight. I just walked away. And sometimes, that's the loudest kind of revenge there is. The shift leader who mocked my pain had to cover my entire section that day, alone. I heard later from a friend that customers complained, orders backed up for hours, and she ended up staying 3 extra hours past her shift. Karma? Maybe. But I call it balance restored. You know, sometimes revenge isn't about payback. It's about walking away from a place that doesn't value you, and letting the chaos take care of the rest. Because people who abuse power always crumble when the ones they depend on finally stop tolerating it. If this story gave you chills, or if you've ever wanted to quit mid-shift and walk out like a boss, hit that like button, drop a comment with your own workplace revenge story. And don't forget to subscribe for more real stories of karma, justice, and redemption. Because around here, revenge isn't just sweet, it's satisfying.